minutes we conclude what we are talking. So
Yes,
we are wondering that sulfur can exist in different physical forms. It is easy to appreciate how they are made. Okay, all the different physical forms, they have structures like S8 wings. Sulfur is a solid at room temperature because of the strong van der Waals attractions between
not
the
sharing
molecules. Hello, can you hear me?
You're not sharing screen, sir.
I'm not sharing the screen. I'm just speaking and waiting for public to join. Moreover, now I'm sharing. Now I'm sharing the whiteboard. Okay, I will share the screen. We have less time to worry really. Yep. Sir, the sulfur is available in different forms like rhombic sulfur, monoclinic sulfur, and also you have Engler sulfur, and also you have eta sulfur. 100 varieties, 36 different varieties of sulfur are there. Of all these, S8 rings are common, and S6 rings forms is also there. S8 rings forms is there in monoclinic sulfur. It is also there in rhombic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur is most stable. You should look at the SS bond angle in the crown-like structure and SS bond length. Whereas S6 form has a chain-like structure. And these are common. You can read once or twice to understand the difference between them. For example, the rhombic sulfur is a yellow allotrope that has a melting point roughly about 80 degrees centigrade. It is about 110 degrees centigrade. And its specific gravity is double to that of water. And notice that the rhombic sulfur is a very stable form. It is soluble in CS2, but not in other solvents. Whereas monoclinic sulfur is made from rhombic sulfur, and it has a little lower melting point. Monoclinic sulfur looks like a needle-like crystals, and this is a stable above 369 K, whereas your rhombic sulfur is stable below 369 K. That 369 K is sometimes called transition temperature. What is transition temperature? A temperature where sulfur changes its crystal structure. Below 369, it is stable in alpha form. Above 369, it is stable in beta form. Rhombic and monoclinic sulfurs both have S8 molecules. Can we see it, sir? This is a note on sulfur properties. I want you to read it yourself.
It's Jovan, okay, and here it is disco time. Hang on.
Okay, so nice. The sulfur is paramagnetic in S2 form like wood. That's the last point on that. Okay, sir. Now, I think my time is really up because I have to start another session. But before we close, I will give you a little bit homework. Will you please do this homework for me, sir? May I request you to kindly read about ozone today? This is only one page. See here, simple oxides starting at 7.12. I want you to read up to this ozone. Can you do it, sir? Hello? Hello? Yes, homework for you. Just read starting from simple oxides. Sulfur can make simple oxides like SO2, SO3, so on. Here there is a discussion. Whenever oxygen combines with non-metals, it gives acidic oxides. Some oxides of carbon like CO, like N2O, like NO are neutral oxides. Non-metal oxides like SO2, Cl2O7, N2O5 are acidic oxides. Oxides of base, oxides of metals like CaO, Na2O, they are basic. Some oxides like Al2O3, SnO2 are amphoteric oxides.
शिवराज सिंह की माँ की चूत 3 बार नरेंद्र मोदी की भाई की भोसड़ी.
Okay. First of all, let us stop getting irritated by others' behavior. If you start getting irritated, you will be in trouble. I request you, my students, to kindly develop this strength. You are strong if you are not getting irritated by others. Can I request you to be strong, sir? Only weak fellows get irritated and weak fellows only will cry. Strong fellows will never cry. They will never complain. And they are always cheerful. Okay, sir? Sir, here I want you to read about oxides. How many types of oxides are there? 4 types. First value, neutral oxides. Example, CON2O, which are not soluble in water. Second thing, acidic oxides like CO2, N2O5. Third thing, basic oxides like CaO, Na2O. Fourth thing, mixed oxides. They are actually mixtures of 2 different oxides like Pb3O4, Fe3O4. So this is a note on oxides. Acidic oxide dissolves in water to give acids. Basic oxide dissolves in water to give bases. Amphoteric oxides like Al2O3, ZnO, beryllium oxide, they react both with acids as well as with bases. Now about ozone. Ozone is another allotropic of oxygen which is there in stratosphere, about 20 kilometers. Ozone is having a garlic smell and ozone is diamagnetic and poisonous. Ozone is made in an instrument called ozonizer. What is it called? Ozonizer. There are some problems on this which we see tomorrow. Generally, if you take oxygen, pass electric current without sparks, it is called silent electric discharge. You get ozone. Around 10% of oxygen will become ozone. The requirement is silent electric discharge, mind you. Silent electric discharge means you have to pass current without sparks. If you want more than 10% concentration ozone, you put so many ozonizers, battery of ozonizers. You can also get very pure ozone by cooling. Ozone is a pale blue gas, but in solid state, it has violet black color. In air, if the concentration of ozone is more than 100 ppm, it becomes very, very poisonous to us. Notice that ozone is not very stable, thermodynamically unstable. Decomposition of ozone becoming oxygen, is spontaneous at all temperatures. It can happen at all temperature because this is thermodynamically unstable. Notice that ozone can convert black color lead sulfide into white lead sulfate. It means ozone is oxidizing PbS, giving oxygen. Each O3 is giving one O and one O2 is released. PbS reacts with 4 ozones to give 4 O2. Also kindly notice, sir, iodide I minus electron is eaten by ozone, so that ozone will become O2 and I minus will become I2. It means iodide's electron is removed, means iodide is oxidized by ozone. Ozone is an oxidizing agent. Notice, whatever the amount of iodide you take, all the iodide will become iodine. Quantitatively, the reaction happens. In fact, by looking at how many moles of iodine you are getting, you can think how many moles of ozone is there. Suppose you got 5 moles of iodine, then you think, okay, I have taken 5 moles of ozone. So you pass ozone through excess of potassium iodide, you actually see how many moles of iodine you are getting. The number of moles of iodine is equal to number of moles of ozone. This is called estimating ozone. So reaction with potassium iodide is used in the estimation of ozone. Ozone can really react with the nitric oxide to give NO2. This is something very important. Why? Because the nitrogen oxides combine with ozone very readily. Due to this particular reaction, from the supersonic aircrafts, the NO which is released is combining with O3 and removing the O3 and making O2. So in the upper zone of atmosphere, ozone is really depleted by supersonic air jets. Therefore, nowadays, there is a restriction on the usage of supersonic air jets. The ozone layer is also damaged by freons, which are used in aerosol sprays. Means body, some people will push something to remove bad smell from their body parts. They are called so many things. What they are called? I don't know. They are using so many fathers will also use. Your father might be using. All these aerosol sprays and refrigerants contain freon. Freons can damage ozone. Ozone layer should be there in upper atmosphere. Otherwise, you get UV rays and we die because of cancer. Look at the structure of ozone. Bond angle is 170 degrees. The bond length is 128 picometers. It is a bent molecule. Ozone is mainly used as a germicide to kill germs in drinking water. It is a disinfectant used for sterilizing water. In good olden days, chlorine was used, but chlorine gives bad smell. Ozone will not give bad smell. So, it is a good oxidizing agent. It is used in the manufacture of potassium permanganate, a very important chemical, KMnO4. So, this is a note on your particular ozone. Sir, now it is a little bit homework. I have shared one book with you. I think I shared this book with you. In this book, sir, last pages contain previous IIT questions. You try to learn answers to all those. There are 11 questions. Can you learn them, sir? This is the last page contain 11 previous IIT questions. How many questions are there? 11 only. Your homework today is learn all the 11 IIT questions. I will be showing them to you right now. These are previous IIT questions. There is no SS bond in which is not having SS bond, sir. If you look at, there is no SS bond in what? In S2O72 minus, there is no SS bond. You can look at the structures of these fellows from the structures of oxy acids. Okay. In fact, S2O72 minus pyrosulfate ion, it does not have any SS bond. Hydrolysis of 1 mole of peroxy disulfuric acid produces what, sir? Hydrolysis of 1 mole of peroxy disulfuric acid produces 1 mole of sulfuric acid, 1 mole of peroxomonosulfuric acid called Carros acid. The geometry of H2S is a bent molecule. Because it is a bent molecule, its dipole moment is not zero. The oxidation number of sulfur in S8, in any element, the oxidation number will be zero. The oxidation number of sulfur in S8 is zero, oxygen in ozone is zero, etc. In S2F2, oxidation state of sulfur will be +1. Can you see that? In H2S, oxidation state of sulfur will be -2. So answer is 0, +1 and -2. It means sulfur can show so many types of oxidation states. Try to answer all these 11 previous IIT questions. They are very simple. Okay, sir? The Na2S2O3 is called sodium thiosulfate or hypo. It is mainly used in photography. The crystals are freely available. You go to any photo studio fellow and ask, give me a little hypo, he will give. The hypo is an interesting compound and it can react with chlorine to give Na2S4O6. Okay, try to answer these 11 questions, sir. Please, answers are also given here. Learn them thoroughly. Then you try to do these 3 integral type questions in the previous exercise. So your job is to start with the 94th question in the previous exercise, go up to 11th question in this exercise. If you do it thoroughly, I think that's enough after reading the textbook. Read the textbook, do these questions as an exercise. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, we further explore this topic. Now I will unmute you. Sir, you have any difficulty? Feel free to speak. Sir, can you tell me you have any difficulty? Hello?
No, sir. No,
So
sir.
read the NCERT book. More than that is not really required. Use Narayana material to do some problems. I wish you good luck. Let us see how we go. Thank you very much.
Sir, 11 question from Narayana material and from another questions.
Same
which
Narayana, we don't use anything else. We use NCERT book and Narayana material, nothing else. Because only these we have now. Use this and also we use exemplar problems. First for today, use Narayana material 11 questions. And
Okay,
then NCERT from ozone onwards you read. Okay. Thank you very much.